Alright, folks, I finally got the stream to work. I don't know why it took so long. But, I found something out earlier that GameStop, which is where I pre-ordered mine, my copy of Tears of the Kingdom, is doing something they've never done before. On Thursday, I have to show up at 9 p.m. to get my receipt, which is a second receipt to say I've shown my receipt to show that I did pay. And then 2 hours later, I can pick up the game, so 11 o'clock. As I've said, I do have a doctor's appointment on Thursday morning, and as I'll be out and about anyway, I am planning on running DoorDash all day Thursday, which will be nice because I'll be able to run the latter part of lunch, the afternoon, and all of dinner, and then hopefully make enough that I don't run any on Friday. But that said, I will not be streaming at all on Thursday. I will be at the doctor, and then running DoorDash, and then GameStop, finding something to do for 2 hours, and then going back to GameStop to my game, at which point I'll just come home, start any updates that need to be started, and then from there hit the sack so that I can be ready to stream on Friday morning. Right now, I wanted to get this out so that I can tell you what the plan is. I do not see that I will be streaming on Twitch. I can't really get it to work. It's not anything that I know of on my system. It is apparently just that Twitch doesn't like me right now. And, well, I know that most of the streamers are on Twitch, so I will be streaming here. And I don't know if anybody else will be streaming on YouTube. I really don't care. I'll be here. I'm hopeful the stream will start anywhere between about 7 or 8 in the morning until about 10 or 11 in the morning at the latest. And I will probably have to DoorDash on Saturday, just because, I've got bills coming up that I gotta pay. So I will probably only get the one real day of streaming. But from there, it will be that I am coming home and I'll be streaming my entire gameplay experience until I get the game beat. I know when I first started playing Breath of the Wild, it took me about 12 to 16 hours to get all the way to Ganon, the way you're supposed to go, and win. So, probably, on Friday, I should be able to get at least a good 8, 9, maybe 10 hours in. Maybe 12. And then after that, hit the sack, get out and DoorDash Saturday morning and early afternoon, hit my daily goal at DoorDash, and then from there, come home and stream. Now, all of that said, I'm going to put out the 2 Koroks that look like they're on the Great Plateau, but are not, which will have me leaving the Great Plateau, which is where you see all of the X-Phantasma stuff pop up. Oh, look, here's all these new quests. I believe all of the X-Phantasma, except maybe Trial of the Sword. I think they're all just, what you call it, armor quests. Because you get a quest for the scuba armor, and you get a quest for the dark armor, and a quest for Ravio's hood, and a quest for this, and a quest for that. So, once you leave, it says Hyrule Kingdom. Apparently I was way too far back. And it should start popping up all of the quests. It may be like some of the other stuff where it doesn't populate those until I've entered an exit shrine or teleported. Because I thought it would have done this already, but it's not showing me those. We have this one pretty much right under Jabai. Move this, pick up the rock. And we're going to transport back over to Kinamut. Now, if I'm right, that teleporting or a shrine will activate all the pop-ups. You'll see them here in a second. Yep. Strange mask. Teleportation. That's the teleportation icon. Ancient mask. So yeah, they're mostly these. I have left and gone to that shrine first. It's actually one of the easier ones to beat. Just because you don't actually have to fight the Guardians, just shoot them. But I tend to not do that just because I run for Farron first. You don't need this ice block because you got to get it in the middle. You cannot make that throw without the ice block. Now, the other thing is once you've left the plateau, immediately go back to the Shrine of Resurrection. There is a Korok right above the bed you wake up in. But you have to leave the Great Plateau for it to populate. But those two, the one under Falls, the one under Jabai, those look like they're on the plateau if you've looked at the Zelda dungeon map. But they're not on the Great Plateau, they are at the base. So the Great Plateau actually has 16 Koroks you can get before leaving. Then you get those two, and you come in here and you get this one, Fairy Lights. I am having a lot of trouble with Joy-Con drift on this Pro Controller. Don't want to take it apart, but I may have to. But if you do it that way, you can have 19 when you leave. When we go to one game. This is how I play every time after I've beaten the game. I don't think I have any hardy anythings. I want to look before I go. There is a bow under that rock. I don't get it because I don't have space for it. I don't have any hardy anythings, so I'm not going to worry about that. But basically, you're going to jump off, and you can just barely get over here. Rain when it's not showing rain, better stop. I don't know what changed in my OBS, but I can hear the game in my monitor, and it is broadcasting the game audio, so I'm not going to ask questions. But this is how I play the game. I am going to actually now mute my mic and just play my music and play. I'll pop back in if I need to. Just kind of a little extra thing. Like I said, after I beat the game, this is how I play. I run for Farron Tower fast. And like I said last night, I want Hardydurians. Two of them, cook two, and you get 8 golden hearts. I hate the shrine sensor. I don't even use it as the Sheikah sensor for items anymore because I know where they are. But it turns on here, and you can just turn it off. And then I run this way, and I get my shrines as I go. The only two I really don't play every time would be the one behind behind me, which is right by the whatever that stable is, and the one in Hateno Village, because well, I don't always have a bow spot open when I get there, just because there's not a lot for me to use a bow on until I really start playing the game. So I don't get the Hateno Village Shrine until I've at least seen Hestu at the shrine near Korok Forest, because then I'll have a lot of Korok seeds, and I'll be able to expand and get plenty of inventory spots for my bows. And I go back because there's a Phrenic bow there, and I mean I don't need a lot of spirit orbs right at that point. I do activate the tower, and I do activate that shrine because it makes them a transport point. But then from there, I just run around and do my normal little willy-nilly play thing. Like I said in a comment, I think yesterday, maybe earlier today, I never really worried about the glitches. I have, used spicy peppers for fire, but I don't really worry about glitches because, well, I don't need them. I do kind of wish I could master the one that lets you duplicate spirit orbs, because it would be nice to get, 30 red hearts, and then just be able to have plenty of good meals, but I have an inventory spot. No, I do not. So we'll not that. But I mean, it really just is that simple. I run this way to get the Hardy Durians. That way, I have plenty of hearts. I will say I have quit playing where I run for stamina, switch it for hearts, and switch it back, just because you're going to waste 200 rupees that way. And quite honestly, it's not difficult for me to get 13 hearts. If you've watched my videos about the cutscenes changing, I mean, Dorephan, Bluto, Canelli, and Riju, I believe all four recognize the Master Sword. That's when you go back to them after you've beat the Divine Beast. So you could play the way you normally do and beat the beasts and just not go back and complete the missions, the quests, until after you've got the sword. I don't even really worry about it now. The only thing going and visiting the 4 area leaders does for you is it starts the DLC Champions Ballad. And I don't play that until I have 3 rings and at least 15 red hearts. Mostly because, well, I want to make sure, I want to play the other stuff first. I play all of the puzzle shrines first. And I don't go for the tests of strength and all that. I get the blessing and puzzle shrines, which gets me plenty of hearts. And from there, it lets me do what I want to do. I mean, these live streams are really just the way I play. You'll see me come back here instead of wasting flint or a fire arrow because, well, I can sleep. There's no reason to waste wood and flint or wood and a fire arrow when you don't have a lot of either. Another thing is, I know I want a spot open in my inventory. One thing also, watch for which meals let you use only one inventory slot. The hearty meals, doesn't matter if they're all the same, all 4 durians or all 5 durians or all 1 durian, they take up 1 spot each, but like just the roasted bass and the roasted apple one per type of meal. So when it's like you're collecting actual apples or actual fish, it's not considered a meal, it is a roasted item. So you won't waste a lot of slots on those, and those are good to have when you just need to get one quick heart back, or 2 hearts. That way you don't have to use your hearty meals and all that. I really don't use the hearty meals unless I'm going up against a tough opponent. At least not till later in the game. I gotta go get. I have 24, I can make some more stuff. But if I come back here to sleep and I have a woodcutter's axe or a double-bladed axe, I will chop down trees until my axe is damaged or gone. If you have a golden bow or a frantic bow, you can have some real fun by shooting the beehive over those guys, and they will run from the bees. Bees attack bokoblins. Just don't get too damn close, because, well, the bees will try to attack you as well. And it's just annoying having to waste item durability to kill bees. And since we cannot go underwater, you can't use the actual trick from real life of just diving underwater and using a straw to breathe for a few minutes until the bees are tired of waiting on you. Like here, you'll see that my axe is badly damaged, so I'll just throw it, let it break. Now I have my inventory slot, and I have a good amount of wood. Also, like I said, I like to pick up at least one of every item, even if I sell them later, so that if I'm running along and I actually find one, it doesn't give me the pop-up later in the game. Just because I find pop-ups annoying. I don't like pop-ups on the internet, so I really don't like them. But if I come back here to sleep and I use my axe until it's gone, then I will cut some like this. Right down to 32, that's fun. And then sleep again. And that lets me, I try not to be running around after dark. Mostly because, stall monsters are just annoying. I am rather curious if they're going to keep the stall monsters or not. I have tried not to watch, the gameplay demos like Mr. Ombrino did, although I did see a little bit of it, so I know you'll be able to stick 2 things together to make a different weapon and all that. I don't, I'm really well at not watching any videos about Hogwarts Legacy, because I still have almost 2 full months until we get it on the Switch. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to schedule a day like I'm scheduling Friday where I will not be DoorDashing at all, so that I can dedicate it to streaming. Hogwarts Legacy streams are already all over the place. I'm having to be really careful with my subscriptions that are, an Xbox or a PS5 or a PC streamer, because, well, they've already got the game that I am anxiously waiting on, because they have a system that got released on. My nephew's actually already played the whole damn thing. One thing that I have seen quite a few people do is they'll wait until they have... Oh, you little son of a... I don't know if this is actually part of game mechanics or not, But I've noticed I'm finding a lot of choo-choos and pebbles everywhere. It's like I'll go somewhere that I have never seen pebbles before, and there's 5 of them sliders. I do not know if that is the game realizing, okay, you've played a couple thousand hours, so it's time we start making your gameplay tougher. I would put it past the programmers to have put something like that into the program, because, I mean, all the little stuff we're finding is, I mean, the game is, what, 6 years old, and we're still finding things? Like, I didn't know you could stasis these things. I don't do that, mostly because I've gotten really good at anticipating when they're going to be here. So I just get my aim right. And I miss every now and then. Twice now. 3 times. Wasted all my arrows. But yeah, you can stasis those things. For the Koroks where you gotta pick all but one fruit item, I didn't know this until about a month or 2 ago. Stasis the one you want to keep, chop the tree down. It's not about it still being on the tree, it's about its location in space. And if you stasis that and then chop the tree down, it will hang there long enough to trigger the Korok. And then you've got your Korok. The only, aside from being able to glitch in Octano where I can get extra spirit orbs, the only other glitch I really wish I could master is the one at the Akala Tech Lab, where you activate and back away at the same time. So you get a Korok, but you don't mark it complete, or like the sky jump or whatever it's called, where you basically defy gravity. And the one right there by that bomb trial that I did, one in the middle of the lake, where you can get that Korok multiple times, because, I'd get, the 450 or whatever you need to max out your inventory, and then from there, leave it alone. I wouldn't have to go hunt the little buggers. Like I said, I am a completionist for games, and I'll do it again for Tears of the Kingdom, where I will go for 100% on my primary profile, because I will be playing on that. But beyond that, I am not a completionist where I have to complete every single time. So, like here, you'll see me only go really worry about Koroks when I need to expand my inventory. I used the stamina elixir, so I need to create that one. And even though I've only got 2, I'll want to cook this one to get my 4 little hearts or whatever. I get more 2 hearts, but it is free. It is cheaper than, sleeping in the comfy bed. The other one is, anytime you have, except for the first time, I have 4-bladed rhino beetles, but he won't recognize them until he's done his little intro. So, like, I know I want to sell my 4 amber. Sell my 4 opal.
Wow!
Sell a ruby. There is a golden rupee, 300 rupees in the shrine I just activated but did not enter, but that one has a guardian that's a little hard to beat when you only have the very basic weaponry that I have. But say goodbye to him, he'll put up his deal, and then you say hello again.
Wow!
Oh, you appear to have a bladed rhino beetles. And that's a 5-minute attack boost. Now, at this stable, he will not notice a beetle again or not offer to trade you for a beetle again until the next day. Because he wants to appreciate the one you just gave him.
Wow!
So you're not going to be able to trade them all at once. The reason I buy Sunset Fireflies, for those who've played this, in Kakariko, you gotta have 5 for a side quest to get the shrine where you follow the Sheikah guy that used to be Yiga. You gotta have 5. So I'll buy 5 while I'm running around and I meet up with him. But like, he won't, if I go talk to him again, he won't offer to trade me anything for my other Rhino Beetles. But the next stable I get to, he will, because it's a whole different day for him. Now, unless it is a thunderstorm, I don't worry about rain right here because you're not going to be climbing. The way I like to say it is you're ascending, not climbing, because, well, you're just walking and you will not slip while you're walking. If you have to try to climb, yeah, and I know that my next weather pattern is just cloudy, and then after that sunny, and by the time I get where I want to be, I don't need to, I should be well out of the rain. It's just, how have I never noticed those two? 3! I mean, this is me. I have been playing for 4 years. And I never knew these 3 were here. They don't give you much, but they give you something. Oh, no, that's one where you gotta climb, so run over here. And like, doing this, doesn't matter if you run out of stamina, you'll just be out of breath. But you can see I recenter a lot. So I'll run for a little while, and I'll recenter my camera to look at what I want to. And yes, I cut grass everywhere I go. I hoard. I didn't expect that. But I hoard restless dreams. Just because, well, being able to brew up those elixirs is very nice. I don't remember what's under here. So let's find out. I'm also not real worried about those weapons searching because they were lightweights, and I want spaces open up here. Okay, this is a chest. Double axe, nice. There's going to be a chest up here that I'm going to avoid now that I found out I can get a double axe here. I don't get double axes unless I need them. Now there are 2 that respawn. The stable where you meet Hestu right near the Korok Forest, there's one there. And the stable north of Hebra Tower, there's one there. They respawn, so you'll be able to go grab one if you need it. Like when you're doing from the ground up, you're going to need a buttload of bundles of wood. So make sure to grab the double axe and go chopping. I tend to grab a double axe and head for the Rito stable, just because there's a crap load of trees there. And I know I can get 20, 30, 40 bundles of wood before my axe breaks. And Rito Stable also has 2 woodcutter's axes, so you could spend a good amount of time there just, cut them all down, sit with the fire, cut them all down, sit with the fire, cut them all down, sit with the fire. Pardon me. Trees apparently grow overnight in Hyrule. Sorry about the coughing. My allergies are not doing the best today, and I am still working on quitting smoking. Doing better, but I'm not there yet. You'll also see me place a bunch of stars on the map. I know exactly where this is, but it does help to have kind of a navigation thing, because when I get to Faron Tower, it lets me see the star on the map, and I then can just glide directly to the star. It's not really a big thing, I know where it is, but they don't go away like beacons, like the red beacon when I get to Faron Tower, that'll vanish. We all know this. But I can't send a star through the stone. What I was talking about last night, where if you get down to your last little shred of red on the stamina meter, your jump will be more powerful. Just make sure you are ready to jump and instantly hit start, because if you don't, you will fall. But if I jump while I have green, it's just a normal jump. And I only really tend to use jump while climbing, either while I'm in the red. Jump is X. This hits further. Now I've got my stamina back. Or I use jump when I've got 3 rings and golden rings. But I'm not going to have golden rings for a while. Oh, you golden bug. That's nice because I need to do some stamina potions later. I don't try to collect all the stuff from these just because I don't want to go swimming around a lot. But you do want to kill them because they will annoy the crap out of you. Here, though, like when I'm swimming, I'm just spamming the A button. That way, if a fish goes by, I grab it. And for folks who have watched the potions or elixirs or whatever you want to call them, it's 4 bladed rhinos, 4 restless crickets, 4 hardy lizards, or whatever they're called, and a monster part. Like you see, these are close enough. Once I get my stamina back, I can actually get them. These balloons come in handy, because you can use them really well. And I didn't realize it would take much. I've avoided picking these up for a while. Just gotta stand around on the rock for a second or two. Like if you don't have something you can use to get rid of this thing, you can use your what you call this? Your Octoropods. I want to be standing here. This is one I've not tried, but I don't have a really good well, that didn't work. I'm going to have to waste a weapon. This is Air Vent. And with 1 ring of stamina, better than Revali. When you get here, pick your weapon carefully. This is going to die on me, but... want him over by the edge because he'll drop that damn thing off, and I want that spear. Nasty butter. So my spear broke. Now, you're about to go somewhere that has thunder. So make sure you don't have a metal bow, shield, or weapon equipped. But you can see, I mean, like, I lost 2 hearts, got those 2 back, lost 2 more, and they still took almost 2 hearts off me. You'd be going through a lot of meals fighting those things this early in the game. Also, drop into here, get your Staminoka Bass. That is a full ring cooked on its own. I want all of the mighty thistles I can get. I used to chop these things down, but it delays your game like you wouldn't believe. These don't grow back overnight. They grow back really, really slow. And because of that, you're waiting in-game weeks for these to respawn. But I'm gonna shut up now and go back to the game. Okay, I'm back for a second. The next chest you see me go to is the one I'm not going to get. It is another double axe. not going to get it because it doesn't respawn. It's kind of like all the stuff in the water down here under all these waterfalls. Since it doesn't respawn, I'm not going to get it until I need it. I can always come right back to Farron Tower, glide over and get it, and, you know, I only really need that if I need to get a bunch of bundles of wood real quick, and the other two that respawn haven't. So, anyway, back to just the game. This is the one. Now I'm going to go on and just unequip all my stuff. Don't worry about these guys. Even if you land right here and get that chest, they won't care. They won't notice you. So I don't worry about it. I just keep running. They never notice me. You'll want to have a wooden weapon that you can equip if it is a thunderstorm when you get to this stable. Wrong button. Because you'll need, this is part of the quest to get the rubber armor. So, I don't have an inventory slot, but these things, I can come back to Farron Tower in 9 hours, which is, after I've been in this stream, it's almost been done anyway. And you just don't want to equip. Now, here, I sometimes will try to get that while in flight, but it's just not possible for me. And I can't believe I got in there before the rain. I have wasted an arrow on that more than once. Okay, so now that we're into a thunderstorm, you come over and talk to her. Leave it to me. Then you come out and talk to her again. It was a metal axe. Ah. She gives you the rubber helm. The other two pieces of it are the Thunder Plateau and there's a shrine up here. I'll point it out to you. Those mighty elixirs come in very handy.
Wow!
And they are not cheap on ingredients. Now, once you get Farosh, which is after you go to Impa, well, after you begin, and if you don't go to Impa, I think I've not done that in well over a year. But I know after I go to Impa, Farosh will start spawning. You get 3 bananas, a mighty thistle, and a shard of his horn.
Wow!
You get a 30-minute attack up. That is for speed. I don't use that. I'll take the tireless though. 4 tireless frogs and a bit of monster will give you a boost on your. It'll give you the golden rings of stamina. I have. I do not. That respawns, so you can grab it. I don't know how often or how fast it respawns, but I know it does. Iron shrooms gives your defense up. There is a sledgehammer above the Stasis Trial Shrine. I rarely go for it, just because there's always at least two in Hateno Village. And once you've got Death Mountain, there's plenty. But it is there. Anyway, back to just the game. Alright, quick restroom break. We'll do some cooking, and then we'll go on. And we're back, cooking, a couple more Koroks, next shrine, and then I'm done for the night. this one, like you'll see, this is not a blood moon. I have not been playing for 8 hours. But randomly, you'll use 4 crickets and a horn, and you'll get a little more than a ring. So you want to be careful when you get those, that they are your literal, I'm going to use this last, because you don't want to use it and waste that stamina. Because, I mean, once you get a little bit, you get more stamina, they will fill you up. Okay, the other shrine I was telling you about where you get the rubber armor or rubber boots, I forget which one, but it is right here. The easiest way to get to it, because this place is always a bloody thunderstorm, is to wait until you get up to the top of the mountain above it. There's a Korok up there anyway, so you gotta do it. It's one of the easier ones to get. Once you get to the top, once you get to Twin Peak, the Twin Mountains or whatever, and you can do Twin Memories, then you can just go to the higher one, glide over, climb up the mountain, get the Korok seed, and if you do what I normally do and not worry about it until after I've gotten in, past Fireblight, then you can also have the transport medallion, and that means you can easily reorder that. You can easily transport back up to that mountain You really don't have to, because once you get to that one, you can get to the other one that's the waterfall. And I did that wrong. From Quackanada. I cannot remember, not realize I believe I just remembered that name. But once you've done Quackanada and, blown up the rocks with lightning and all that, then you can just glide from there over to the other one. And if I have time before, I'll take a ferry over. Yeah, you're gonna hear me doing a lot of that. I talk to myself while I play games. But I mean, you don't have to climb that mountain but once if you get Quackanada and then go to the other one. And once you've got it, that's the perfect way to get that Korok scene. Once you have the Zora armor, and possibly the Greaves and Helm. I don't go for Impa until I've done all 4 beasts. Which means I cannot get the Zora Greaves, because you cannot do Lionel Safari without the camera. And, this time I may talk to her just so I can get the camera, go on and get Faroche. Who knows? But, we're going to stop cutting grass. But, like I said, you can get the Greaves. You get the rubber helmet. You'll either get the rubber trousers or the rubber armor in Quackanada. The other one is at Thundra, which after I have Revali Scale, I'll hit, because I can glide to where I need to glide to from the tower. You'll notice I don't worry about the choo-choos. I just don't. They move so stinking slow, you can get around them. And even though the music persists, if Link isn't looking over his shoulder or looking anywhere but straight ahead, there's not an enemy about to attack you. So, just don't worry about it. Another reason I do this is so that when I go for my sneaking into Zora, I sneak into Zora's domain from the Spring of Wisdom. After you do the bit where you gotta shoot Naedra a bunch of times. And you can glide, actually, from the top of that mountain without Revali Scale. And just get all the way to the reservoir. And from there, I've already got my shock arrows. I don't use them much. So I'll already have them. Plus, if it takes me a while, because once I've gone to Kakariko, and I've, already said hello to Hestu, gotten him his maracas, all that, I run for the Korok Forest. And what I do there is I get my stuff and expand my inventory and all that. And then from there, I go to Rito. I want to get Rito because it gives me Revali Scale, which, quite honestly, it's a lot more useful to me. Now, okay, I have at least one thing I can drop. I am tired of Joy-Con drift. I mean, you can see I was just backing up. I did not do that. Yeah, it uses a lot of arrows, but it's a little easier. Now I'm going to drop that. So this, you can actually jump over that wall by using the metal cube behind you. But if you don't blow the stinking Guardian up like I used to, when I would have, was it 14, I think, when I would have bomb arrows. No, I want that. I don't care. That axe. I would. The Guardian sword would be on the other side of that. Then you can jump over there, then levitate the damage back, cube back in, and jump back out. It's just not worth it. You get enough arrows everywhere else in this game that they're easy to finish. I mean, there's going to be something like 40 of them at Lurley. This is really the only thing that kind of bugged me about this game is the number of puzzles. They're so easy. And it's just, it's almost like we're just going to make you spend 5 minutes here. Because, I mean, you have to do this, then get this. I used to just shove both of them in here as far as I could, and then put them where they need to be. Go from here, jump over. And the beauty of it is, I'm tired of the Joy-Con drifting. Like I said, I'm using a Pro Controller. I'm not using the Joy-Cons. And it will just randomly start walking. And I have complained I was part of the whole class action, which never went anywhere because Nintendo basically said, it's impossible to make a perfect product. It's like, well, you have one that's about as imperfect as you can make it. Why are you charging $70 after tax for it? Well, we couldn't make it perfect. And I understand that, but not even being willing to try and say, okay, we'll lower the price to $40 instead of $65. I can't afford a new Pro Controller, and I'm not going to use my damn Joy-Cons. Because, well, I don't work well when it's not one item, and I don't know where the little thing is that I can clip them and play with. And they've got worse drift than the Pro Controller does. One thing I try every time I come here, and you have to hit this perfect on the first try. And it is impossible to do almost. Basically, you gotta get that where you can walk almost up all the way onto the top of that. Pick up the rock, walk almost all the way, throw it on, and then you've got a Koroks. That's one of the ones that takes me the longest to get because it's just one of those that's just annoying. Okay, I can't take those yet. But like here, the roasted porky, it's one inventory slot. Spam the A button, you'll get an iron sheet. When I get to Naboris, if I ever end up live streaming, there's that chest hanging. And if you stasis it, shoot the the rope, then from there spam magnesis, you can grab it pretty easy. Wrong button. Now, do I have enough to buy these? 40, that's 420. I said, here I got 30 more, so. One thing I will do now that I have a good weapon is we'll go on and take on Kale Magok. Anyway, back to just the game audio. Alright, folks, it's 20 after midnight. I'm going to end the stream here. I'll go sit by the fire, save, and I will continue this tomorrow night, where hopefully we will get all the way to the Korok Forest. And then Thursday is work all day, doctor's appointment first, then work. Grab Tears of the Kingdom at 11 o'clock, come home, start the updates, crash, and stream as soon as I wake up. I'm going to work as much as I can on Wednesday and Thursday, just because I want to make sure that Friday I don't have to work, that, my daily minimum from DoorDashing has been made so that my bills get paid, and I have enough on Thursday night on the way in. I don't need a soup ladle, thank you for being full. To grab, groceries and stuff, so that no matter what, I really don't have to leave my house on Friday, and then play as long as I can on Friday. Maybe not take Saturday, but we will see how the work goes Wednesday and Thursday. If I can make, double my daily minimum both days, I can take Saturday off. If not, then we won't. Until next stream, y'all guys have a good night.